Hey guys, how's it going? Pilot here, and I'm here to introduce the very first Phoenix Dawn rankings. So, this ranking is completely mathematics based, and it only counts results within Scotland, and it's a who's who of Scotland itself. While the ranking is completely mathematics based, there is an X Factor component as well. A group of panelists voted on their opinion of the PR, and that is factored into the X Factor. So if the panelists think a player is worse or better than the actual placed, that will be reflected in the X Factor. So let's not wait around, let's get into it. Starting things off with a bang, at number 15 it's Fusco. A fan favourite here in Scotland with the known capability to make upsets, infamously beating Scarfelt, a top Irish Fox player. This Morton main will keep you on your toes with crazy cart mix-ups and use of all his tools to be as tricky as he can be. Fusco has quite a casual approach to the game, but that doesn't mean he can be slept on. With an X factor of -2, the panel doesn't seem to believe in him, not predicting him to even make the rankings. However, with that said, you can never relax against Scotland's premier Bowser Jr. List making, F-smashing, masterclass of the crown game, number 14 is none other than Still Winston. Still Winston is a known character here in Scotland and has become a household name with some of his antics. However, regardless of what you think of his unorthodox playstyle, Still Winston has earned his spot here at 14. With a little mech that could be described as for glory with pride, Still Winston can catch anyone off guard and has some surprising results versus the upper area of this PR. With a -2 X Factor, the panel doesn't seem to see the strength in Still Winston, but that opinion isn't going to stop them from being the next to get inducted by this absolute legend. Number 13, unlucky for some, especially me, it's Chiefs Affinity. A Marth player who made his name in the Glasgow Rebirth events, Chiefs has been a consistent threat at the mid-level of player, using a strong understanding of fundamentals to have some amazing showings. Another negative X Factor, this time of -1, means that Chiefs is slightly ahead of what the panel's expectations of him is. And, with more work, he'll continue to blow these expectations out of the water. Empty hop grabbing his way into 12th, it's Guts. Guts is an Ike main here who's been rising so fast it's hard to keep track of, which explains his -1 X Factor. No one was ready for this Ike player to start improving as much as he did, and he certainly deserves this spot. With more improvement, everybody better watch out for him. You heard that music right, number 11 is Chicken, Scotland's only Bayonetta. Chicken is an Edinburgh player and the only person in Scotland with the mentality of, if I want to win, why not play the best character? An amazing punish game and a strong use of the tools at hand, Chicken has been taking control of Edinburgh and a huge bracket demon for everyone. A -4 X Factor probably comes from being underrated due to his character choice, however at the end of the day, results are what matters and Chicken has bucket loads. In what many may argue is the biggest upset in this PR, number 10 it's Swaggins. While many may assume that this drop-off of Scotland's elite is due to a lack of attendance, Swaggins actually has 28 sets under his belt in 2018 which, while low, should be enough. However, after an extended break, Swaggins has not found his old form yet, with losses to Jurglerpuff and a horrific 0-7 record versus Slump, Swaggins only managed to climb to 10th. However, with an X Factor of +5, the panel knows what this man is capable of, a level of play he will surely hit once again. In Scotland, you can't say the number 9 without thinking Thunderbug, and that's not just true of his bracket placement anymore. This genius Mega Man has too many setups to keep track of, and has had a really strong 2018. However, with an X Factor of -1, people don't seem to be sure of that. However, if Thunderbug keeps this up, he'll soon get the recognition he deserves. The man that can do it all, draw, animate, and make Duck Hunt look top 5, number 8, it's Muppet. An X Factor of 0, the panel really thinks this is where the Edinburgh Wizard should be, with some amazing highs being the only Edinburgh player to beat DG to awful lows like his 1-4 record versus Still Winston. Muppet will always keep you guessing on what will happen next. Taking a short break off the farm, the man who doesn't understand gravity, it's Dr. Arcfire. This amazing Robin has some tricks up his sleeve, and when he runs out of those tricks he opens the other sleeve to find even more tricks. But don't let that fool you because he has an amazing understanding of the neutral game and it plays into his fantastic results, being one of the select few players who has a set over-ender. With a -2 X Factor, the panel probably knows he would be unstoppable, if only he would stop short hop Thoroning. Finally making his way onto a PR, number 6 it's Riaz. Riaz is an old school player, but now with the Edinburgh Weekly, he can finally attend more often, and it shows with an amazing 6th place. With an X Factor of 0, the panel knows that the results speak for themselves. Coming in at number 5, it's Gotost. One of the most lovable people in the scene, it would almost trick you into thinking his Bowser was not a sadistic killing machine. With a great understanding of the neutral game and all of his tools, no one is safe when it comes to this Edinburgh menace. An X Factor of +1, the panel actually rated him even higher, because everybody knows what Austin can do on a day where he goes on a roll. Who else at number 4 but Scotland's Iron Man, Yi. No character is too odd for this off-the-wall Edinburgh legend, never afraid to bust out Mii Brawler, Luigi, Link, Kirby, or his ever-trusty King Dedede. Muscle Love has the most games played out of anyone in Scotland, with a massive 62 sets in 2018. His rise to greatness has been very subtle, which is why his 4th placement is such a surprise to the panel, who gave him a -3 X Factor. However, when looking at the results deeply, it's impossible to deny that Yi is one of the greats. 3rd place belongs to our much loved, noodle overdosing Rosa main, Slump. Slump, the first player in the world to pull off a tag change successfully, has always been a strong player in Scotland, with an intricate Rosa that makes the character fun to watch, even if it's just as frustrating fighting against her. An X Factor of 0 isn't really fair, because the panel actually tied their rating with Slump and the player above. Slump is a beast, and everybody should be looking out for this Scotland legend. 2nd place, a man who's too sharp for his own good, it's Hound Gaming's very own DG. DG is a crazy creature of consistency with amazing showings in and out of region. This Sheik main doesn't let anything stop him from believing he can always do it. An X Factor of 0, however, means the panel unanimously decided who was number 1, and that was finally making his first PR first place appearance, Ander. The Cloud Pikachu main is crazy to watch and a laugh to play against, but don't let that fool you because he is a massive threat both in Scotland and out of region. Always a bridesmaid but never the bride, Ander finally makes number 1 on the PR, as Jakobin only played 11 tournament sets this year, so he doesn't qualify for the rankings regardless. Don't let this take away from the player in our country who's been proving himself as the best, taking names every time he crosses the border. Congratulations, Ander.